I'm Neil, and I'm the teacher.
And I'm Sean, and I'm the deal maker.
Together,
We're the Rise Guys.
Welcome. You have probably heard it 100 times. The square footage is the number everyone focuses on when buying or selling a home. But how that number actually gets calculated is full of surprising rules and, frankly, a lot of myths. Today, we are going to cut through the noise and show you exactly what counts and what does not when it comes to your home's official marketable size in Alberta. Let us start with the single most important rule you need to know. The Residential Measurement Standard, or RMS for short, is the master rule book that all real estate professionals in Alberta have to follow. It is what sets the ground rules for everybody to make sure we are all on the same page. And it all comes down to RMS Principle 5. It says that for a floor's area to be included, it has to be entirely above grade. That means completely above the ground. If even 1 inch of that level dips below the ground, that entire floor gets 0 credit in the official square footage. And this is not just some vague guideline. This is a hard and fast rule from RECA. The language is crystal clear. If any portion is below grade, the area must not be included. There is absolutely no wiggle room here. This is always the first question people ask because a walkout basement feels like the main floor, does it not? It is bright. You can walk right out into the backyard. You have full-sized windows. Surely that has to count, right? Nope. Still 0. This is the perfect example of just how powerful that master rule is. It does not matter if one whole wall is glass with a door. If the other walls are even partially buried in the ground, the entire level is considered below grade. The bottom line is below grade is below grade. Now that we have got the whole below grade rule down, let us look at a few other areas that are automatically excluded. Garages, attached or detached, are not considered living space, so they are never included in the RMS area. The exact same thing goes for crawl spaces. It does not matter how high they are always out. Now, attics are a little bit different. For an attic to actually make the cut, it has to function just like any other room in the house. So that means it needs to be properly finished, have permanent heating, and be hooked into the home's electrical system. But the real kicker, the one thing that disqualifies most attic spaces, is how you get up there. You absolutely must have a permanent fixed staircase. If you're using one of those pull-down ladders or climbing through a hatch, it does not matter how beautiful and finished it is up there. That space does not count. Here is one more detail that trips people up. Staircases. The space that a staircase takes up cannot be counted on the main floor and also on the second floor. It only gets counted one time. The RMS handles this with a really simple 3-step process. First, you figure out which floor the staircase starts on. Second, you measure the area of that stairwell on that starting floor. And finally, you include that area only in the total for the floor where the stairs began. So in a typical 2-story house, the area of the stairs going up is counted as part of the main floor's total square footage. It is not included in the second floor's measurement at all. This is just to prevent double counting and to make sure every square foot of the home is accounted for exactly once. So let us just quickly pull it all together. The RMS is all about having a consistent way to define usable above-grade living space. The number 1 rule is that a space has to be 100% above the ground. That means basements, even walkouts, are out. Garages and crawl spaces always out. An attic needs a real staircase to be in. And the stairs themselves, they are only counted on the floor where they start. So now that you know the official rules, take a second and think about your own place, or maybe the last house you looked at. Does the number you had in your head actually line up with what really counts? The answer might just surprise you. New webinar summary every week. Subscribe so you never miss one.